felt like making some Christmas decorations today. The traditional stars. I don't think there's a single person in Denmark who's never made one of these. So throughout December, I've recorded various, I guess you would call it, seasonal little things that I put together. Right, so I'm going to continue with my stars. I hope you enjoy the following little snippets. This is Blake. He is about 12 and a half years old. So he's getting on a bit now. And see how he's gone grey over his eye here. This used to be all black. But he's an old guy now. So he's going grey. And he spends most of his time sleeping. Occasionally he will stir to bark at the mailman or any random people walking past. Blake is a Jack Russell Terrier, probably mixed with something else, but we have no idea what that might be. He's a rescue dog. We got him almost 9 years ago, when he was about 4 years old. Again, we don't know exactly. I thought I would share one of my favorite Christmas traditions in Denmark, and it's one of my favorite Christmas foods as well. It is something called Æbleskiver, and I guess the best way to describe them is small pancake balls. Well, you see what I mean once I have made them. The recipe for the Æbleskiver is on my blog if you want to check it out, although you may struggle to find the special pan that you use to make them. But I think you can actually find it on Amazon, maybe other places too. So now my Æbleskiver batter has risen beautifully. I think it is almost risen to twice its size. So now I need to get my Æbleskiver pan gadget. I like to fill the holes so that they're almost to the top. These two got a little bit too much in there. Let's do a bit less of the other ones. Because you want to make sure that they cook properly. And they do rise slightly while they're cooking. I don't know if you noticed that there's a difference between these two when they went in. They're sort of coming over the edge more now. So this is the point where if you're being old school and putting apple slices in, this is when you would do it. When they start to go matte around the edges, but they're still soft in the middle. So this one is starting to look cooked from the bottom, so it's time to turn it. Not sure how it will turn out now that it's been had some of it removed. So let's see how that turns out. I think we can risk turning this one as well. And sometimes you have to help it so it turns properly. It's a shame this is not smell-o-vision, because this smells really nice. Mostly of cardamom, but also a little bit of cinnamon. So let's have a look at this one. This is like a little Æbleskiver bowl. So when they're freshly cooked, they're these nice round balls. But once they've sat on a plate for a little while, they sort of flatten down. And especially once they've been in the freezer. But they still taste nice. Here are the finished Æbleskiver with some raspberry jam, regular sugar and icing sugar. And you break them apart, and then you can dip them in the jam and then in one of the sugars, maybe this one. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Very nice. Often you can find these at Christmas markets in Denmark. And then usually they're dusted with the icing sugar, and then you just get some jam to dip them in. I don't know if you can hear a little bit of whining. It's Blake the dog. He is very unfairly treated because I'm not giving him any of this right now. So that's Æbleskiver. One of my absolute favorite Danish Christmas traditions. Now it smells like Christmas, and it smells like Denmark. This is the traditional Danish Christmas dessert. It is called risalamande. It is a particular kind of rice that is boiled with a vanilla pod, milk, and maybe a bit of water. Once it has cooled down completely, it is mixed with chopped almonds and whipped cream. And on Christmas Eve, when we traditionally have this for dessert, there is also a whole almond in the risalamande. And whoever gets the whole almond gets a little prize. It used to be a marzipan pig, just a small one. But these days it can be anything, some chocolate maybe. The risalamande is served cold with some warm cherry sauce. Now this is not the traditional Danish cherry sauce because it's not available here. There are a couple of places where you can buy it. Danish shops in the UK where I live. So I keep looking for stuff that I can use as a substitute because sometimes the Danish shops sell out before I remember to buy it. So this year I actually found these, and if you're in the UK and you're Danish and you need some cherry sauce, I can recommend this. It's not a product placement or an ad or anything. Just found this and it's from Sainsbury's. The Taste the Difference Morello Cherry Compote. I wasn't sure this was gonna work, so this is why I'm having some risalamande now when it's not yet Christmas, because I wanted to try it and test it and see if it would work. This is very nice. It's not exactly like the cherry sauce we have in Denmark. It's a bit more sour. But I don't mind that because the risalamande is quite sweet. Very nice. But I'm really happy that I found this, and I had a good feeling about this stuff. So I'm really happy that there's now an option for those years when I don't remember to buy the cherry sauce. So now I'm gonna turn off the camera and I'm going to sit here and enjoy my risalamande. Does that look tasty? Good morning. It is the 13th of December today, St. Lucy's Day, or Santa Lucia. The last few years I have made myself a new December tradition to make these. They're called Lussekatter, and they are buns made with saffron. It is a Swedish tradition, but I thought it seemed very nice, so I thought, why not? So because these are made with saffron, they have the most amazing yellow color. I don't know if you can see it in this light. It is a little bit dark this morning, but it is really beautiful. I really like having this new tradition. I like making the buns, and I like eating the buns. And I also like this whole, ritual that I have on the morning of the 13th of December. I light a bunch of candles, and then I sit in the semi-darkness and eat my Lussekatter. So now I'm going to sit here and enjoy my Lussekatter. This morning I have been baking some Danish Christmas biscuits. They're quite small, as you can probably see, although some are larger than others. These are called Pebernødder, which means pepper nuts. And it's not because there's pepper in them, although I have seen recipes where they put pepper in it. But it comes from the olden days when pepper just meant spice. And there are spices in these. Traditionally, Pebernødder have cinnamon, cardamom, and ginger in them. But sometime long ago, my mum picked up a recipe that didn't have cinnamon in them. Instead, it has lemon zest and lemon juice, which is actually quite nice because there's a lot of the sort of heavy spices in Danish Christmas cookies or Christmas biscuits. So it's nice with these Pebernødder that have a sort of fresher taste with a hint of lemon. So now these ones have cooled down, so I can put them in the tin. So now they're ready for Christmas. That is, if they last that long, because my husband really likes Pebernødder. Usually my mum actually sends him a bag that she made. But it's just sadly gotten so expensive to send stuff from Denmark. So I've had to find a recipe. So let's see if these last until Christmas. Maybe I should have made a bigger portion. It doesn't quite fill the whole tin. I hope you enjoyed those snippets of some December-y, Christmassy things. December, and especially the Christmas period, is kind of a funny period for me because I live in England now. I grew up in Denmark, and although the two countries are not that far apart, the Christmas traditions are very different. I guess the main difference is that in Denmark you celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day and Boxing Day, but the big sort of family get together is usually Christmas Eve. And we do that. My in-laws come to us for Christmas Eve. So usually it's just me and my husband and my mother and father-in-law. It's very nice and quiet. And of course the food for Christmas is different. The biggest difference in the Christmas food is probably brunede kartofler, which means brown potatoes. And they're brown because they have been caramelized. And they are just so delicious. It's a shame I didn't have to make a test run of making brunede kartofler. Or I could have put that in the video as well. It may sound a bit odd, but trust me, they are really nice. So those were some of my Christmas traditions. Some Danish, some borrowed from Sweden. A happy winter solstice. Here in the northern hemisphere, the year has turned. The lighter days are coming and I can't wait. I don't mind the dark days too much, but I definitely prefer spring and summertime. So if you're celebrating Christmas, I hope you have a lovely Christmas. Glædelig jul. Have a Merry Christmas.